Welcome to this predicted 11 for Club Brugge against Arsenal at Bruges in Brussels. We did a preview yes like 20, roughly 24 hours ago. From when I'm recording this, and yeah, I said this is a good game to bounce back to rest a lot of players and a few more injuries. But not a few more injuries, but some setbacks, if you may call it setbacks, but some positives. From the press conference, we got, um, William Saliba, Declan Rice, and Leo Trossard are not travelled with the squad. So those three will be out. Even though we saw Saliba in training, might not be fit enough to even be on the bench for that game, which is what it is. We also had um Leo Trossard. He said that he picked up a knock in that same area, so maybe he has the precaution because it seemed like it was working fine, but you can never tell with these things. And Declan Rice, I heard he wanted to still travel, but he was ill, so he couldn't, and he just told me as a precaution to just stay behind for the game, which is okay. But yeah, speaking about the game in general, who do I want to see start? And I've said this a lot of times. I think we can't go full strength now. I think we have to make a lot of changes. But where do those changes even come? Gabriel Jesus is part of the squad again. Max Dalman has been withdrawn from the squad. Max Dalman has picked up an injury while he was playing for the under 19s. Picked up a ankle injury by what I heard. But where do we go in the starting 11? Gabriel Jesus is back in the squad for the UEFA Champions League. But where do we go from there? I heard Kai Havertz will be coming back, but that's for another day. Kai Havertz will be back before Christmas, which is, I don't think that can be true at all. Anyways, let's not go off with tangents. I'm just struggling to try to think who do I really want to see in this team. And if I continue thinking, I just can't name one person for you. I can't. And I don't know why. Because I want so much rest. I also don't know how to manage the drop off, but I'm going to try my best. In my mind, so back in my mind, I was like, start Kepa, but you know what? I can't even say start Kepa, but at the end of the day, anyone that starts, I'm okay with. I'm not going to question. So I'm going to go with David Raya, Kepa, anyone. I'm going to just list two players that I think in my mind is telling me that okay, yeah, you can go for these players, or Raya, Kepa, I'll take anyone. Now the tricky part is the back line, but I think I've thought about it and I just said that let me just go for this one. I'll have Ben White to bring, even though he's played the last two matches, he just come back in the Brentford match, so I'll give him another game for match fitness. Even though he might start against Wolves, I'm going to give him another game for match fitness. This is a good game to build his match fitness away from home, build his mentality back up. Start him at right back. Hincapié at centre back. I don't think we have a choice there. Calafiori at centre back. Since he's suspended for the game against Wolves, you can play him at centre back because he's suspended for the game against Wolves. You can play Lewis Kelly to get some game time in time for the match against Wolves. He's not injured, he's in the squad. Then in midfield, I'm resting Zubimendi and there's no Rice, so I'm going to go with Christian Noga. Christian Noga did his 6. Then I'm going to go with Eze because I think Eze played half a game against Aston Villa, so I'm going to put Eze in to get some match fitness, and not match fitness, just to be in the loop, and maybe if I can get some goals, it's be nice. And I'm torn between two players for the second role because I don't think I'll be playing two DMs, no box to box midfielder in this game because no Declan Rice. And I find that crazy because I think I look at Declan Rice and I say I think it's the only box to box midfielder we have, except we want to start Zubimendi and then play Nogard as a box to box, which he used to do when he was at Brentford, by the way, in those days when they first came up. Because I remember it was Nogard, Damsgaard, and who was it? Nogard, Damsgaard, one other person, I think Jensen or Janota, can't remember. But Nogard used to be a box to box midfielder, I remember. So that's only if you want to play Zubimendi, and I don't want to play Zubimendi, so I'm going to go with Nogard in the 6. Eze in like an 8 or a 10. Anyone you can switch sides, and I'm going to go with either Odegaard or Waneri. But if it's down to me, I want to play Odegaard because I know he's going to have to play against Wolves as well. So I'm just going to give him maybe a few minutes to get some match fit, like Ben White to get some match fitness from his injury. And on the right I'm going to rest Bukayo. I'm going to start Madueke. Then on the left I'm going to start. I think we can only start Martinelli. Leave Merino for this one if he really wants Merino to be his first choice striker. If he wants him to play against Wolves, they're not well and good, but he has played a lot of games anyway. So I'll remove him and I'll put in Gyökeres to start, and that's my team pretty much. I think the only side that I'm really torn between is the back four and the midfield with Odegaard and Waneri, and maybe the keeper as well. Because I feel like why not just play Kepa in this game? I don't think there's any, but this is a game that we need to rest a lot of players because most of the players are either injured or very very tired, and I think Zubimendi needs a rest. Declan Rice is good that he's not even traveling at all. But yeah, Club Brugge against Arsenal tomorrow, Wednesday, late kickoff. So yeah, let's see. Well, so let's see what happens in that game. I don't know what the changes will do to the game because I know we're going to have a lot of changes, but I don't know what's going to do to the game. So I'm just going to predict the 1-0 to Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. I don't really expect above and beyond, but if you can get above and beyond to bounce back from the defeat against Villa, I know it's not going to any away team in the Champions League is not good. It's not ideal, but we've done it several times and we've gotten the win. So I think we can get the win. It's just about concentration and seeing how much those changes affect us, and being clinical, as I always say, is really important. But yeah, Arsenal women won today against FC20. I just wanted to get that out there. I've not done a lot of Arsenal women reaction for a while, but yeah, that's what it is. 1-0 to the Arsenal tomorrow. That's my prediction, and come on, you Gunners.